Our influences are as wide as actual Greek myths and Old Testament stories.
That's true.
And also our influences are as recent as amazing video games, role-playing games we've enjoyed and things like that. So I think there's a broad range of influences. In terms of world building, I think we just have a fundamental philosophy to take that magical thing that is so far out and so different, but make it believable. You have this kind of obligation to build a detailed and dimensional world and a system for magic and things like that make it feel like, okay, yeah, there's something here, there's something real. So now I can believe the stories about these characters who have these powers and these abilities. World building is really a critical part of being able to tell believable stories in fantasy.
One of the first conversations we started having about Dragon Prince was like, what if there's this world where there's a slow and arcane way to do magic that takes years of learning and it's really, really hard, or you can crush a magic creature and turn it into a spell, turn it into a fireball, and then guess what? The magic creatures don't like that very much, right? Like that seems like
smart
a horrible,
magic creatures are like, it's not cool you crush us for magic.
And what kind of conflict that would set up? That's sort of where we started with just the world itself, and then I mean we're nerds. So I was a classics minor, so it was like there's all that stuff in there too.
For story structure, no. For certain characters, there are some archetypes. You know, I think that as we get to know Erebos a little more, you know, there will be questions of, is this guy Lucifer or is he Prometheus? You know, he's a compelling character who sees himself as an advocate for humanity, but where is he leading humanity? I don't know. What other things do we draw from?
There's lots of stories that have magic in them, and I think, you know, I think we just grew up with that stuff. Like we both played Dungeons and Dragons and all that kind of stuff, and I think trying to do something that we felt like was cool and original and different, but still had some of the feeling, I think, of that classic. What does it feel like to cast magic and to be a kid that can cast magic? It's the best. It's awesome. It's awesome. I mean, it's great. Like I think the interesting thing is the deeper you get into it, the more you're like, oh man, we have to be internally consistent. I feel like, I don't know. I mean, I think we're still pretty wide open. But I don't know. It's super cool.
Part of it for us is learning to draw a part of a map and say, we're not revealing all of the map, and let's build a team that we all understand, kind of the rules we're going to follow and the level of kind of detail and connection anytime you're going to fill in a part of the map. And you kind of initiate the other creative forces around us into kind of a philosophy for building this so that we can build it together, right? So that way you get in a situation where on the Dragon Prince we have literally over 200 amazing people who are helping us build out this world and who are contributing to the vision, who are building on the vision. Again, our job is sometimes to say, here's how big the map is, and this is what we know we need here and here and here, and then trusting these amazing people to help us build it out. So that's a big secret to building this world, has been building a visionary team that gets it, right?
Yeah, and as part of the core team too. I mean, like, you know, right? We want as many points of view as we possibly can get.
I think that quite a few people have commented on that, and that's been very humbling. I think for us, it was part of the creative opportunity, right? We were trying to tell a fantasy story that in a lot of ways is classic. It has dragons and elves and magic, right? But also it's modern and global, and it has family structures that aren't just, you know, a typical nuclear family. Things are a little more complicated. And I don't know, I think that was a big part of the creative opportunity, was to actually reflect people in greater diversity, in greater complexity, but still bring them into this kind of more classic fantasy story.
Yeah.
Oh, so much.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, first of all, season 3, thank goodness, there are so many things that we have been building towards that season 3 is like, it's Xadia time, right? I mean, like, we haven't even been to Xadia. We've seen it in flashbacks, we've seen it in certain situations, but it's Xadia time.
Yeah.
There are big things we need to see with the dragons. I mean, like, what's going on with the Dragon Queen? How's she feeling about all this? Eventually we want to explore that deeper history in Xadia. How did we get here? How did we get to this point where the continents got divided? Like, what was the deeper kind of thing that caused that rift to manifest, and can it be healed, and how can it be healed, and what does it take to heal it? Can Zim and Ezran kind of start to bridge that gap and create a world that is not divided?
Yeah.
And those are the things we want to tackle in the next, hopefully several seasons.
Yeah.
We have a saga in mind.
Yeah.
I think that the world of Xadia has infinite possibilities in terms of these characters and like, what do we want to know about Amaya and Sarai when they were younger, or Runan when he was helping take care of toddler Rayla. There are so many great stories we want to tell. But in terms of this saga, this story of what's happening with this group of kids and this baby dragon and this kind of culmination of history, as it were, we have a 7-season broader saga in mind. That doesn't mean that's 7. Anyway, that's,
yes,
we have a plan.
Yeah, there's an end, yes.